All right, y'all want to know how I got hit in the head with the lock. Y'all want to know how I took an L, as they call it. You know what I mean? How I screwed up. Just so you know, we all human. You know what I mean? So just sit back, relax, and just enjoy the ride, man. All right, you know what it is. So we're gonna tell you, straight up, this unique Mecca audio, you know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you how, I got an L, how I got hit in the head with a lock. All right? All right. Y'all been asking for it. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Here we go, here we go. So now, y'all been asking for it, so I'm gonna give it to you. I had to go get my props. I didn't get a chance to get the lock that I wanted to get, you know what I mean? So I could really show y'all how this thing played out, you know? But I'm gonna tell y'all like this. This back like maybe 2008, 9 or something like that. I got sent from Raybook over to Atwater. Now I'm in Atwater and I'm chilling. And when I get there, they had MySpace out. Yeah, y'all remember MySpace, so y'all getting a little history how I learned about this social media. You know, they had MySpace out and all that. So I got in touch with one of my female friends I know from out on the street. So she telling me about they got this, I'll set you up to MySpace, but nobody really using that. Everybody going over to Facebook now. And I'm like, what's Facebook, So I was asking her, yo, look up this girl for me and that girl for me. Like, I'm thinking calling 411. You know what I mean? Remember back in the day, you called 411 and say, could I get the number to John Jones, from, West Bubba Hub? You know what I mean? So every time I'm asking her to call, to look up something, I hear the keys tapping. Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? And when the keys tapping, she'll come back and she'll say, oh, she chilling. She had a cold today. I'm like, how you know? You talk to her? You know what I mean? And she's like, nah. She put it up on her Facebook feed. I said, what's a Facebook feed? She said, nah, Facebook is what we got out here where everybody connect with everybody. You can find everybody. So you got to do is just put their name in. I said, yeah, well, look up such and such. And she's looking up everybody and she telling me all about it. And I'm like, damn, forget that MySpace. I need to get on a Facebook. So they had a company called what was my man Darnell company? Voices for Inmates. I got to give him his props. We had Voices for Inmates that used to do Facebook for inmates that you write in a letter and you write whatever you want to send to an inbox or post on a comment, and they take it, they scan it, and they put it right up on, on the Facebook, and it shows up in the feed. But the funny thing is they used to just scan the letters, so when I used to write, you know what I mean? Such and such a note, a comment that I wanted to put up, they'll scan it and put it up because the homie Cavario, when I sent him a message, he was laughing. He said, how you get to send me a message in your handwriting? And I told him, nah, I go through a company that do it, this and that, So now I want to learn about the Facebook. So this young boy come, you always deal with younger people, in order to find out what you miss. An older person can't tell you nothing, other than what happened yesterday, 20 years ago or 10 years ago, how long it's been since they've been out. So I want to catch a young person just coming in that could teach me what's going on. And that's how I was able to, capitalize on this social media, YouTube and all that. Because I asked a lot of questions from the younger guys coming in. I learned about Moco Space, and Plenty of Fish. I used to put ads up on those from in the prison and then have them set the location to near the prison. And, put up a picture with my shirt off, 6-pack, all greased up, dreads going down my back, looking like $1 million, like old Tyson model with dreads or something. You know what I mean? So, the females see it. They hit back. A lot of them didn't want to write because you was in jail. A lot of them would just write just because, they was bored or lonely or whatever reason. So now they hit back, and then when they hit back, I'm trying to persuade them, to come see me at the prison because I set the locations to near the prison. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I got all types of game in order to get mine. I couldn't walk down the street to meet a female, so I had to, figure out how to do it. Now I'm giving y'all some exclusive game now. So that's why I said, hit that like button, and hit that emoji, and you already know, the Cash App is on the screen. I don't care if it's $5 or whatever. Just show some appreciation for this game. 'Cause I know y'all never even heard this before. But like I said, so I'm gonna get into that. This leads up to me getting hit in the head. So I'm gonna get into that. So now I put my cell phone, let's say Moco, Plenty of Fish, you know what I mean, and the different little websites, dating sites they got. So you put a picture because people is very visual, is what the young boy is telling me. He said, man, I be seeing you working out there in the yard, da-da-da-da, and I see, when you be sending your pictures out, da-da-da. So, them girls on them places, they'll jump on it just to fantasize about being with you because you in prison. You know what I mean? So that's how they used to break it down. So now here comes this young boy that came. He was from, I think, Ohio. You know what I mean? Good little young man. He come from Ohio, and from the FCI. So he came from the medium over to the pen. So when he came over to the pen, of course, he had dudes in his ear that was putting a battery in him as far as telling them how the pen is supposed to run. Just like you got Pooh Shiesty over there now. He in Victorville. My homies called me, let me know that he done reached and, everything good. He running with the Bloods and all that. So I'm going to keep you posted on the Pooh Shiesty move. But so you get the big homie that'll show you how to do everything. You know what I mean? And explain to you when you bust your gun and when not to bust your gun and things like that. But then you got the big homies that be manipulative that'll put a battery in your back. You know what I mean? So now, I push up on this kid because he see I was getting mad mail and all that, and I'm on the phone and he's on the phone next to me, overhearing me talking about Facebook and all that. And he's like, "Oh, you got a Facebook account? My brother run my Facebook account." So I'm like, "Yeah, well, get your brother to run my joint for me. That way I can da-da-da-da." You know what I mean? And then I found the company Voice for Inmates. Like I said, that you send the message to them, they copy it and scan it in the machine, and then they put it out to where it need to go. So he's like, "My brother will help you." So I had a girl in Cali hook up my Facebook, my first Facebook. So I got a Facebook right now, the same one. A matter of fact, if you want to go see what I was posting way back then in 2010, I think I started it. You know what I mean? It's unique. Mecca Audio is one name. Mecca Audio is one name, is the middle name, and Hall is the last name. So that's the one I had set up from back then. I still use it now. That's the one I use. You could go look at it. I post on it when I post on my Instagram and all that. But we up in the joint. And this dude is like, teaching me everything about it. And he's a wonder kid to me. Man, how you know all this? But he just coming off the street. He young, so this is what's going on at the time. So, he breaking it all down to me. So I'm learning so much about it. I'm putting up pictures. I'm tagging people. I'm telling the company, yo, tag this person, tag that person. You know what I mean? Go in their news feed and send me, their news feed so I can see, the news feed. So I look on the news feed, and when I look on the news feed, I get to see who else is on there that I might know, so I can send a letter out to them. Remember, I had to run Facebook by sending a letter to wait 3 days to get to them, and then 2 days for them to get to the mail. So it took 5 days for me to get a post up. So, but this is how you live in prison when you're trying to figure out a way to make it happen and still stay relevant and keep in touch with what's happening with society. So if you young boys want to go through all this instead of being able to just pick your phone up, you know what I mean, and get on your Facebook, keep breaking the law, doing what you're doing. But I'm telling you, it wasn't nothing nice. But anyway, so like I said, the Plenty of Fish and all that. When you get on that, you get the girls that are, email, that'll write you back, and then you write them back. You know what I mean? And, you try to persuade them to come see you. When they come see you, of course, we doing it because we got one ulterior motive in the end. Well, a man of my caliber at that time, where my mind frame was at, my only motive was to get them to come up to see me so that they could bring me some weed or something so I can make some money on the visit, off the visit to go, to go eat. This the type of crap that we into when we in there. So that's why I tell the youngins don't get involved in it. Because I met a real nice young lady from, Fresno when I was out there. You know what I mean? She used to come through, bring me some old killer weed, from old Oakland, from the Bay Area. And, that's how we been, man. That's how we been. Like I said, just look at it like I'm your old uncle sitting there telling you what was going on for the 26 years I've been gone, but I'm doing it in pieces. You know what I mean? And the same way, if I see, man, I'm a little thirsty, you hear me coughing a little perch, get up, get me a glass of water. That's how you get, that's how you donate a little Cash App to show your appreciation to the old man for the stories and the struggles that he been through. But now, the young boy teaching me all this stuff about the Facebook, and we getting, familiar with each other, but it's like he's a kid, and I'm not used to being around the kid playful mentality. You know what I mean? The joke telling and all that. That's not me. You know what I mean? I've been in penitentiary, and running on the street with gangsters. So I'm not a playful dude. So when you start hanging with the younger children, you know what I mean? Like the younger generation, they still have that youthful playing in them when we don't. You understand what I'm saying? So the kid used to tell a lot of jokes, stale jokes though, stale jokes. But he was a funny dude too, not taking nothing from him. You know what I mean? And like I said, he bust me in the head with a lot. You know what I mean? And I'm still telling you that he a good dude. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him. You know what I mean? I mean, you get what you deserve when you do things that you ain't supposed to do because there's rules and regulations and there's reactions to actions. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. If y'all don't understand this, I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to talk a little slow to keep it up, but I'm still talking at my pace so that I can keep the story interested and make sure that I tap into your mental just enough to get to your subconscious, because all y'all know this in the back of your mind, so we can bring it to the conscious mind so that y'all can understand and get a better visual of what I'm saying. Now, this is a sock. This is a pair of socks. You know what I mean? It's a pair of socks, so you understand. You know what I mean? Now, these are some batteries. This is normally what they use, you know what I mean, at times, you know what I mean, to put in the sock when they want to, bust you in the shit because they want to stay away from you. So you could take the battery, you know what I mean, and you could put it in the sock. You understand what I'm saying? And now, all lock. He used a lock. I couldn't get a lock. So when you swing this, you see how this got that little, you see how I got the little joint where you can stay away and you can do what you got to do to wing. So if you youngins want to go to jail and have lock fights and battery and a sock fight, go do what you got to do, man. I'm just showing y'all what it is. But then now, if you've been down long enough, you already know you got to use, you know what I mean, what we call a double up. A double up is where you take that same joint and you put it in a second sock. You know what I mean? Because that battery heavy, and if you swing it, that battery might come up out that joint. You understand what I'm saying? The battery might come up out this joint and miss your target, and then your target stomp you out. Somebody put in the comments, one of my people, that happened to them, that they went to bust somebody here with a lock or something like that, battery in the joint, and when he went to bust them, the joint flew out. You know what I mean? But in the penitentiary, if you go try and put your work in with a dude with one of these, and you miss, you through. You know what I mean? Because you're using this because you don't want to get up close, But anyway, so the young man sitting there, and me and him got real cool. We just hanging out, and, he schooling me on the what's that, I would say Moco space, and, the MySpace and the Facebook, and, Instagram wasn't really, in our conversation. It might not even have been out then, because we're talking about 2010 now, because this happened by June 2010. So now we sitting there chilling, and like I said, he was a joker. I wasn't into all that joking and all that. You know what I mean? So I'm out there, and I'm trying to get out west to go see my mom's, and my mom said that she didn't want to see me with the dreadlocks because she had been put in a frame of mind when I was younger, and when, I was running with the rosters, and we was causing all that havoc. So y'all understand, rosters is looked at, back then how like a Muslim is looked at today. You know what I mean? And, like the radical ones did this and that. So, mom's was like 70-something at the time. So mom's was like, baby, I want to see you, but I don't want to see you like that. You know what I mean? I haven't seen it since I've been locked up the whole time. And I've been locked up since 93. And like I said, this 2020, 93, 2003, you know what I mean? 2010, so that's like 17 years I ain't seen mom. So now I'm getting ready to see her. Only requested that I cut my dreadlocks. You know what I mean? So now I go in there, and I go cut my dreadlocks, and I'm sitting down, and my man, cutting my hair to get my dreads out because I'm trying to get back east to go see my mom. So he cutting the dreads, and as he cutting it, the little young boy that I'm telling you about from Ohio that was helping me, I ain't gonna say his name, but let me give you a description so you understand. He had these big lips and these big gums, and his teeth was messed up. You know what I mean? No disrespect to him, but, that's how he, his gums was real big. He had these big lips. So I'm getting my, my joint cut. And, nobody plays with me like that because they know I'm old, gangster. So I'm sitting there cutting the hair, but being that I got familiar with this kid, and I told you, kids like to play games. They like to laugh and joke. It's just in their nature. I mean, you learned that at my age at 58. But, they cut my hair, and as he cutting the hair, the little kid is sitting back there. If y'all ever see anybody get their dreads cut, you know what I mean? You're going to see patches of hair because the dreads was pulling in certain parts. and it looked like bald spots. So now the kid is laughing, talking about I got bald spots, and he's trying to joke me when I'm not a joking type dude, and nobody jokes with me. You know what I mean? Except for my peoples, and we do that when we're in our circle. But I'm sitting out in the day room, you know what I mean, at a table, where everybody's watching TV and people is around, and he's, oh man, look, you got a bald spot over there, oh, you got another bald spot over there, you got another bald spot over there, and I ain't got no bald spots, so I was in my body, and men ain't supposed to get in their body, just so you know. But he laughing and joking, talking about bald spot this, bald spot that. So, I couldn't take it no more. So I turned around and I stood up and I stood over him. And I liked the kid, so I didn't want to put the knife in him. Let's keep it 100. I didn't want to put the knife in him. And I'm not even going to say that I should have, because he was a good kid and he didn't deserve that. He was just a kid being a kid. And don't forget, he did hit me in the head with a lock, and I'm still giving it to you 100, so you understand I play by the rules. When I mess up, I mess up, man. You know what I mean? When you mess up, I'm going to get you. You know what I mean? So when I get you, don't say that I'm dead wrong, because I'm telling you when I messed up, and I I wore that, like I wore this. So I stood up over the kid and I said to him, I said, yo, you sitting here laughing, carrying on. I said, it wouldn't be funny if one of these niggas you got around you, you understand, that so-called laughing with you, was to put their dick on your lips, with your big rubber lips and your gums overlapping, nigga. You know what I mean? Because now I'm in my body and I'm trying to hurt him like how I'm hurting by him snapping on me in front of everybody. But I don't want to put my hands on him because I know we young. They're going to say, damn, you vantage taking. That's another word I just gave y'all. Write that down, put that in unique prison vocabulary, thesaurus, and dictionary. Vantage taking. You know what I mean? Vantage taking is when you're taking advantage of somebody that you know what I mean? You can easily, do what you want to do to. So I didn't want to disrespect the kid, but, like I said, and I'm going to say it again. I said to him, oh, you telling these jokes about my bald spots, right? But none of that would be funny if one of these niggas was to put their dick on your big rubber lips with your gums overlapping. You know what I mean? Total violation right there on my part. So anything happened after that, I deserve it. You understand? But I like the kid. You understand what I'm saying? So I sit back down, I get my hair cut. Now that he ain't joking no damn more. So I'm thinking, okay, mission accomplished. I got him to stop joking. You know what I mean? So he walked away and he goes. So now, like I said, people heard this because we were in the day room around the TV, getting the hair cut, all the homies out there drinking and just smoked in the cells or come back from the yard. And, so we all over there having a good time. So when he leaves, I leave and I go out. And then I thought about it, and I was talking to my man. I said, man, the youngin' made me jump out there on him, but I kept telling him, stop playing, stop snapping. You understand, in public, that we don't do that in public. What I allow him to do when we one-on-one is the same thing like when us homies allow one-on-one. You know how when you with your crew, y'all could say anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got punched in the face. Yeah, your girl got you pussy, whatever. But you ain't gonna sit there and go to no club in front of everybody telling your man that his girl got him peed with. You understand what I'm saying? But that's something between y'all. But this kid didn't understand, and that's what I had to understand about the newer generation. So pay attention, man. Hit the like button, man. Hit the emoji, you know what I mean? And definitely hit the Cash App. I don't care if it's $5, man. Send a nigga something so that we can do this right, get all the equipment right. I got to get some new background pictures. You see, I'm sitting in the yard right now, chilling. You know what I mean? So this is how we do. And I got my little one step that you see me doing on New Year. All right? So now, get back to this little story. So the homie, he goes over there. I think he might have been a vice lord or something. I don't remember what he is, because I wasn't really into the labels of the gangs. I just dealt with men, and I dealt with everybody. But, it was a couple of dudes. There was this one dude, really, that didn't like my arrogance and cockiness, because he was like the opposite of me as far as personality. Like, I'm a outward, what they call it? I'm an outward person. He's an introvert. He keeps everything in. Where I'm, and so he just sit back, Wise didn't really like me. So now he see this as his chance, because he ain't want to do nothing with me. So he put a battery in the young boy back and told the young boy, he said, man, yo, you just coming up from the FCI. You ain't supposed to be letting nobody inviting you to their private parts. So the dude is like, nah, he ain't invite me to his private parts. You don't even play like that. You know what I mean? And he's like, nah, but, he talked about if another nigga put their dick on your lips and this and that. You know what I mean? And he said, yeah, but, I was wrong for snapping on him in public, because I tried to talk to him about that snapping in public. So he knew. So now he's explaining to what they call his big homie that didn't really like him always hanging with me, that, nah, man, Unique don't disrespect me, you know what I mean? I mean, I was wrong. I disrespected him because he told me about snapping on him in public and playing in public when we going in the kitchen or we walk in the yard and other people around and da-da-da-da. And I violated. That's why I like the kid. That's why I ain't got nothing bad to say about him. He was a good student and he was a good teacher because he taught me about the social media. And you can reach out to me, family, because like I said, you was good people, man. I ain't got nothing to do with it. And I got what I deserve. You know what I mean? I got what I deserve. You know what I mean? So as a man, I got what I deserve. So now let me get back to it. So the dude putting the battery in his back. So the dude tells him straight, he said, man, I invited you to a private party, blah, blah, blah. But the violation was just because I said, you know what I mean, a dick and a man's lips. So that's an automatic violation. So that's why I said I was wrong. I got what I deserve. But anyway, so they put the battery in his back. But the dude know I didn't mean it like that. You understand what I'm saying? And he know I was just, frustrated because he's snapping on me. He's been around me long enough. No, I'm not into the joking and all that. Because plenty of times I had to calm him down. So now when that's happening, they trying to put a battery in his back. So I go to, the big homie, for the vice lords out there to let him know what happened. You understand what I'm saying? So I broke it all down to him that, I've been putting your little youngin' under the wing. He been schooling me on the Facebook. I've been holding him down. But you know how you got niggas in the unit hate because you always on the phone. You buying other pack numbers. You could, go in any TV room and go watch TV with any race when they restricted to, just the car or just, the gang or whatever. You know what I mean? I said, but, this kid, blah, 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 blah. So he said, well, let me talk to my men in the block and see what happened. You understand? Because I know you and the kid was cool, so I can't believe you and him beefing. It before they hit the boop in the head with the lock, right? So he goes in, when they in the yard, he talked to them and find out what's going on with everybody, and everybody broke it down. Nah, you need good nigga. He ain't come at him like that, you know what I mean? He violated, but, he did tell the dude to stop, and he always telling, Shorty, stop snapping in public, da-da-da-da, that he not into that, da-da-da. So Unique tried to shut him down by taking it to the extreme, telling him that it wouldn't be funny if one of these dudes out around here put their joint on his lips with his gums overlapping, something like that. You know what I mean? And I can snap now. Like I said, I'm going to start telling some prison joke stories. You know what I mean? Maybe on TikTok, I might do it up here, do a little stand-up comedy for 5 minutes, tell you something funny. I got a good one to tell you about. I ain't going to tell you yet. But anyway, hit the like button, man. Hit the emoji, and then go to Cash App. Do what you got to do. I'm going to give you a whole speech on that because y'all got to get the lessons and get to really understand what's going on, because I say I got to be a leader here and motivate and put everybody in the right perspective on this YouTube so they see I don't disrespect nobody. You know what I mean? I claim my responsibility, and, it is what it is. But anyway, so after dude talks to, his peoples that was in the unit to find out what happened, because they ain't also going to go with my word. You still got to talk to his car. After he talked to them, he come back. He said, I talked to everybody, man, and I talked to the young kid, and they told me what happened, that the dude do be playing too much, because they've been telling him to stop playing, because they had to go to his body a few times in the cell. Going to his bodies where you take him to cell. In other words, y'all just learned. Going to the bodies, you take him to cell, and you beat him down with the body. You know what I mean? Just beat him down with the body. Turn the joints down on him with the body. You know what I mean? And, that's it. But you don't hit him in his face. You don't cut him. You don't stab him or nothing. You just really chastising him. You know what I mean? Disciplining them. So they told me that he always doing that, and so I understand why Unique did that, and Unique didn't make no disrespect. Unique always treat the kid real good, and make sure he all right, and they got along as good friends. And the kid had a brother out there that was a rapper, things like that. So Unique into the music thing, and Unique love hearing about all that young shit going on the street, and they really just let him know everything was good. So now he pulls me up, and my my homie from Florida. My man Jed, because I already spoke on that in the interview that I did with Jed. Go check out the interview with Jed. I mentioned about getting hit in the head with the lock, and I told you all that I was going to do a separate story on this in pieces so you understand, be able to focus on it. But go watch the live video with my man Jed Lee. I mentioned all of this in that video so you can see. So then now, we go back in the, he tells me, I talked to the peoples, I talked to my little homie, you know what I mean? He said that shit dead, he understand, he violated, You understand what I'm saying? I said, all right, so I go back in the unit. I like the kid, you know what I mean? And under normal circumstances, I would have just put the knife in him even though I was wrong. You know what I mean? On normal circumstances, I would have just put the knife in him because, one, he was snapping on me, and two, he brought me out my square where I had to, tell him some foul thing like I did, because I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm a man. Here it is. This is what, 15 years later, I'm telling you, I was wrong. I was dead wrong. You know what I mean? But he was dead wrong too. But two wrongs don't make it right. You know what I mean? He was younger than me, so I should have known better. But anyway, so my man gave me his word that everything was dead. So now everything is dead. So we go back in the unit. And I go take my shower, get my little munchies. And they had some new movie coming on that was real good. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting down, and normally I sit with my back on the wall, like you see behind me. My back would be up against the wall, and the TV is right in front of us, but nobody could get behind me. But this was a good movie, and I'm feeling myself. So, I go get the chair to go sit right in front of the TV, and I put another chair in front of me, and the chair's got little arms, little plastic chairs with arms on it. You know what I mean? So I got two of those. They give you two in each cell. So I got like four of them in the cell because I done took them from empty cells, things like that. But I got two of them. I'm sitting in the joint. I put the other one in front of me, and I throw my foot up on the joint, and I'm eating my popcorn. I got my headphones on, listen to my zoom, wham. This way it get crazy. And I know y'all still following me because I know the stories is banging. That's why I said hit the Cash App. It's on the screen. Show a nigga some love, man. You know what I mean? The game is to be sold, not told, but I'm up here getting it to you because I'm messing with you. So now I'm sitting down in the joint, right? Let's not forget that locking us out. I'm sitting down in the joint. I'm laid back. I'm cocked all the way back. I'm like this. I'm higher than a mother. Just smoke me a good old joint. The new Batman movie that came out, I think. Either Batman or Spider-Man. I think it was Batman. But one of them Marvel movies came out and, everybody was there. But they already seen it earlier. But I don't like to watch it when there's a crowd because I don't want to be in a crowd in an environment because I like to be on my P's and Q's. I'm always on point. You know what I mean? Except for this time. All right? So now I'm sitting back. And I'm watching the joint, I'm eating my little popcorn and eating my Twizzler, drinking my Kool-Aid with a ton of sugar in it. You know what I mean? You already know that old ghetto aid. So now I'm sitting down watching the joint, and while I'm watching it, all I heard was boom, and it like echoed, in my head. I said, oh man, somebody fighting. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to stand up, and I'm a little dizzy now. I don't know if I'm that high or what, but I'm trying to stand up. I told you in my head, all I was chairs scrambling. When the chairs is moving, you know what I mean? And I got the headphones on, so it's like I don't know where I'm hearing it from. I got the headphones on loud, and I'm watching TV, and I hear so I jump up trying to see who fighting, and I see dude back there. You know what I mean? The little dude with the lock. You know what I mean? And he's like, you know what I mean? And he looked at me, and I'm like, so now, I said, oh shit. That was me. I got hit in the head. You know what I mean? I wonder who got hit in the head. Like what happened? Who's fighting? I don't know if somebody got hit in the head or what. So I jump up and he's wailing it. You know what I mean? But he's scared still, which is a good thing. So now while he's swinging the joint over his head and he's, you know what I mean? And I'm standing there and I'm squared off and I'm trying to get my balance back. So, my homies is looking, but they know what happened and it's a one-on-one. You understand what I'm saying? So they already know I'm not going to go for all that. We don't need to go jumping a little youngin'. They know I mess with the little youngin'. So now, dudes wanted to move on him, so they came, they grabbed me, they said, nah, you come on. And they took me in the room because they saw I was discombobulated. You get hit in the face a lot. When I got hit in the lot, he came from behind. You know what I mean? When he swung this joint, I got to loosen it up a little bit. When he swung this joint, right, it came around like this from behind and hit me right here. So when it hit me there, it separated my nose from my lip. Literally separated my nose from my lip. So the homie's like, nah, come on, you. So they go and they say, you, what's up? So they give me the knife and they like, you know what I mean? Come on, let's go get these niggas. And I'm like, oh, I'm trying to get my head right because I can't even stand up basically at the time. I'm still hearing the room echoing. Just keep it at 100, man. So I'm sitting there in the room echoing. So the homie give me the knife. And when he give me the knife, I really want to say his name because he a good dude, man. He helped me down. You know what I mean? The homies that came in the cell with me. I had a few DC brothers that, came up. That's why I mess with DC so much. DC came to my rescue. We out west. So it was like 2 New York dudes in the unit. And then we had maybe about 8, 10 DC dudes. But the DC dudes that was in there, that's why I messed with him, man. I ain't even going to say his name, man. My man Dwight Foster. Y'all know Lil Whitey from DC. Lil Dwight Foster came up in there, man. Official gangster, rest in peace to his father. I met his father, Big Whitey, over in Coleman because I got transferred from there to where his father was at. But, old Whitey come up in there, man. and nut and little nut. So when they come up in there, they give me a knife and like, yo, come on. And I'm like, so now when we get ready to go out, by the time we went out, the dude done ran out the door because it was the move. He hit me in the face with it. He was slick. I give him his props, man. I give him his props. You know what I mean? Now hit that like button, man, and make sure you subscribe. I forgot to tell you, make sure you subscribe. A lot of people watching and subscribe. So now, he runs out the unit. You understand? Because what happened is he hit me in the head. He waited until they call the move is on. So as soon as they call the move on and the police go to the front to go outside and smoke his little cigarette when there's no police in the unit, the boy come behind me and bust me in the head with a lock. Bop in the sock. You understand what I'm saying? So now there's no police in it. Police don't know what happened. But now when he see that my DC homies came and he thought about what he done did, and he saw the dudes that put the battery in his back to hit me in the head with the lock in the sock, you know what I mean? They wasn't holding him down no more. They just sent him on what they call a torpedo mission. A torpedo mission is when, you just shoot a torpedo, just hit any target, the torpedo dead after that, you don't care what happened. So they sent him on a torpedo mission because they already knew that we was going to crush him. So what happened is when he realized he by himself, he runs out the door and he goes out there to the police and he tells the police, you know what I mean? Whatever, because I don't even want to say he radical. I don't know what he told the police. But bottom line is they locked him up. But of course, they can run the camera back and see the little boy sneaking up on me with the lock, busting me in the head. But, like I said, I took that. When they asked me what happened, I said, man, I don't know you. They said, well, they said such and such hit you in the head. I said, look, man, I don't be having no conversations with you. Whatever you say happened, you go deal with that. I told you I don't know what happened, you know what I mean? And that's the end of it. Because I'm not going to tell on this little boy that he hit me in the head and none of that. So, because you got to wear that, especially when you're wrong. I was dead wrong. So he runs out the unit and they want to put him in the shoe. So when they put him in the shoe, they grab me and they take me up to medical. They drive me out to the little local hospital. And I don't know what's happening with my nose separated from my lip or none of that yet. Until when I get to the hospital and the doctor said, oh my God. You know what I mean? I said, what the, So I said, man, let me see a mirror. So he gave me the mirror and he showed me that he could take his finger, put on my bottom lip and on my nose and separate the bottom of my lip from the nose. If you see me up close, you can see the stitches in it where they had the stitches to bring my joint back down to my joint. You know what I mean? Like I said, yeah, I took an L, but that's what it is. And I was wrong and I deserve that. You know what I mean? I was wrong and I deserved that. But, that's how gangsters do, man. Like I said, when you're wrong, you're wrong. That's why if I crush you because you did something, don't say that Unique was messed up because he crushed you. Know that the reason why he crushed you, you was wrong for making Unique crush you. So when Unique made a dude, boop, in the head with a lock, I took that and hit it 20-something years later. Kid from Ohio. You know what I mean? If you see this, my brother, we good. You know what I mean? We good. I was dead wrong for saying that. And I'm even going to apologize to your national YouTube brother. I should have never said that to you. You know what I mean? But I was in my body, and we already know men ain't supposed to be in their body, so I was in violation twice again. You know what I mean? One for saying that, and two for even being in my body to have to not be thinking conscious enough to do that, because that's the same way he could have walked up behind me and put a knife in my heart or just cut my throat. You know what I mean? And I would have just laid there dead. So, I mean, just getting, just getting boop, in the head with a lock, that was a good, what they call discipline. You know what I mean? And one thing for sure, two things for certain, I never did that shit no damn more. You know what I mean? So that's what it is, man. So you learn from the mistakes. I'm telling you what time it is. So nobody can say that Unique didn't give you the game. You know what I mean? This is what it is, man. So I'm about to tap out. But before I tap out, you know what I mean? Because we at the end. So whoever is here is the people that's loyal and understand. Now, like I be trying to explain to y'all, man, when you go to a restaurant, you give a tip. You know what I mean? When you go anywhere, you give a tip. You know what I mean? When you enjoy the service, you give a tip. If you enjoy the service here that I'm bringing you, you understand? And you don't want me to go back to breaking the law to make $2 to pay my rent, you know what I mean? Send a nigga a little $5 cash app to show you appreciate it so I can go and get the equipment right, go buy me my shirts. I got to wear a different outfit every day for this joint. My money ain't like that no more. I'm not selling 25 keys a day, not trying to sell 25 keys a day, trying to prevent you and your children and loved ones from selling 25 keys a day. You understand? Tell me a nigga need a little assistance. You understand? So that's how we do. One hand wash the other. I give you good service with these good-ass banging stories to keep you laughing because I don't got, you know what I mean? Let's not forget, boop, in the head with a lock in the sock. for jumping out there saying some old foul shit. You know what I mean? I don't give it to you real raw and uncut. If you like it, you laughing, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button. And if you got to send a cash app, you can't send a cash app, at least just hit the subscribe button. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, man. All right, let me tap out. Been on here long enough. I really enjoy this, and I enjoy talking to y'all, man. You know? And Happy New Year again. Oh, yeah. Today, I'm letting y'all know now, today I'm airing about 12 or 1 o'clock. I want to get this up ASAP. Today, I'm airing the New Year's Day party so you can see me and all the other gangsters, you know, that came together, and we had our New Year's celebration to bring in New Year's. So, you know, you get to see us celebrate. It's going to be up at 12 o'clock on Unique Mecca Audio right here on this channel. Make sure you watch it. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a goddamn friend. And don't forget to hit the goddamn Cash App. And I don't care if you feel I'm saying it too much, because you keep coming back to the channel. So you obviously like the channel. So show some love and support to help keep the channel moving and motivating, because that's what people do. You know what I mean? George Zimmerman done bodied that boy down there in Florida. I watched the trial and all that. He done got millions of dollars from his people supporting him with the GoFundMe for bodying one of us. And I'm sitting here giving y'all this good content and can't get $5? Man, I'm out of here, man.
Hi guys, welcome to Platinum Cuisines. We're located in Freeport on the Nautical Mile. Just wanted to introduce my partner, Amy.
Hi guys, how are you? And this is my sister-in-law, Diana, another partner. I just ask that you come support our minority-owned business. We serve Asian, fusion, Caribbean cuisine, and we have a beautiful restaurant located on the Nautical Mile in Freeport, New York. And we're asking that you come check us out, and also make sure to tune in to Mecca Audio TV.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. Heat back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to get.